school in 1975. And he ran track his senior year. He attended Morehouse College and Columbia Law School, and then went into private practice from 1982 to 88. He served as Assistant U.S. Attorney in New York City from 89 to 91. He had the great pleasure and opportunity to marry the girl next door from Wapages Falls, Susan DeMarco, who his wife is here today with his family. He was appointed by President Clinton to be General Counsel of the Air Force in 1998. He then returned to private practice, where he was instrumental in the arbitration of a $900 million lawsuit. He was recruited by then Senator Obama to become part of his campaign in November 2006. In 2008, November to December of 2008, he was on the transition team, and then appointed by President Obama to be General Counsel for the Department of Defense in 2009. If that was not enough, on December 23, 2013, he was appointed Secretary for the Department of Homeland Security. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce to you RCK graduate, Secretary Jeh Johnson.
Thank you, Principal Stella. Graduates, RCK class of 2016, are you ready to graduate? It doesn't sound like it to me. Are you excited and ready to graduate? All right. As you heard, I am the Secretary of Homeland Security. As such, I am the leader of an organization of 226,000 people, the third largest department of our government, 22 components responsible for counterterrorism, cybersecurity, enforcement and administration of our immigration laws, border security, maritime security, aviation security, port security, protection of our national leaders, and response to natural disasters. But I am also a product of Wappingers Falls. We moved here in 1964 to Cotton Hill. Anybody here from Cotton Hill? All right, a few, right there. Okay, hello neighbor. Principal noted I went to Oak Grove, Wappingers Junior High, RCK. Principal Stella, you left out Sheep Road Elementary. I have no major pronouncements of Homeland Security or national security to make here today. To the Poughkeepsie Journal, who is here, I intend to make no news. I'm sorry. I want to talk directly to the graduates seated right in front of me here. I want to congratulate those at the top of the class. I want to congratulate those with A and B averages, the honors students, the valedictorian, those who are going on to prestigious colleges and universities. You worked hard, you earned all that you have achieved. But I want to talk especially to the bottom half of this class. You don't need to identify yourselves. By definition, if there is a top half, there is a bottom half. You know who you are. I was one of you. In fact, I was probably the bottom 10th of my class when I finished RCK in June 1975. I was a terrible student with a poor self-image. In my house, a 70, a C, was a gift. On a regular basis, I brought home on my report card 50s and 60s. I am not exaggerating. The only time in my entire life, in my entire 58 years of life, that I heard my mother utter a four-letter word was when she opened my report card. My mom was desperate. She was despondent. She was upset. I recall vividly an exchange I had with her about doing my homework. I said, "Mom, you can make me sit at this desk. You can make me open this book. You can make me stare at this book. But you can't make me learn from this book." You're looking at someone who has one of the biggest jobs in Washington, who never, at RCK, got successfully beyond 10th grade math. I took Mrs. Rogers' 9th grade math class in 9th grade, and I flunked. I retook 9th grade math in 10th grade. I took 10th grade math in 11th grade. I took 11th grade math in 12th grade and flunked the New York State Regents exam. I was in love with baseball, but I couldn't even make the baseball team at RCK. I was in a fog. I don't remember much at all about 9th and 10th grade. In high school, I was a shy kid, terrified of giving a speech in front of a public audience. I wanted no one to notice me. I was terrified of the first day of school because of the way I spelled my name, J-E-H. I knew when I got to the H's and the I's that my first name was about to be mispronounced. The most embarrassing moment of my teenage years, one year the computer put me in the girls' gym class. From across the gymnasium, I could hear my name being called by the girls' gym teacher. I was terrified, in particular, of my Spanish teacher, Mrs. Tracy, for whom I got many of those C's and D's. I still remember the beginning of every Spanish class when, terrified, all of us were terrified, as Mrs. Tracy would bark at us randomly. Anyone sitting in front of her, "Jeh, ¿cuántos años tienes tú? Hace frío, ¿qué hora es?" I'm quite sure Mrs.